When did you realize you don't really have friends? When I thought about who I'd invite to my wedding. Or worse, realizing you don't have anyone to genuinely be your groomsmen or bridesmaids. True, I ended up having my sisters as my groomspeople because they're the genuine people actually involved in my life. I have no siblings. Me neither, but at least it's your cake day. Huh. I forgot about that. Happy cake day to me. Happy cake day user miss_hush. Reddit link. Then what do you end up doing, if you have no one? Just not having a bridal party. One of the reasons we got married and had the reception the next day. Yeah, if I could go back, I probably wouldn't have bridesmaids. They gave me too many headaches. Bridesmaid for hire here. Or to be your bride or groom. Oh, now I'm thinking about whom I'd invite to my wedding. I don't think I could have a wedding. Eloping is a thing. Honestly, the smart thing. A full-on wedding, just exhausting. I've been to them as a guest and I was worn out at the end. I can't imagine what the happy couple were like. Small thing, takes an hour, sign the legal stuff, kiss, and we're together, not much changes. I can't tell if I'm practical or boring. Married 15 years here. Practical and boring. A good marriage has a whole lot of both. People in their 20s are a handful, and being practical is so attractive. Probably better for their finances as well. Even a small wedding can be expensive. Emo, better to spend that money on great experiences or something lasting, house down payment? Than just one day. But, then, I really have never liked weddings in the first place. Yeah, I always found the idea of eloping to be much more romantic than a traditional wedding. I had already booked a venue when this realization hit me. I had a hard time finding 50 people to invite. I think I managed about 35 and it was so awkward having this big venue with no one there. I still think about it and cringe. Don't cringe, you still got married. Yep, sat down all excited, my partner and I were going to get married. And couldn't even put a name down for a maid of honor or bridesmaid. No siblings and biological parents not in contact. Ended up with 8 family members, if I'm lucky they would even travel to be here. Ended up not telling anyone and signing paperwork at the court office. Sat a beautiful day to finally dress up and get people to dance and celebrate with me, and it just became another crappy on the subway and lining up to get grumpy people to sign paperwork. Cherry bonus though was my partner didn't care and we saved money for our own home and business. Me too. It's also the plot to the film. Web link. Somewhat the same for me. I invited them to my wedding but they didn't show up. But they made it to the concert they had tickets for without any problems the same day. When I realized that none of them ever called or texted me. The only reason we still talked at all was because I would initiate conversations with them, and sometimes they wouldn't even reply to those. I have made some friends now, but man, that really sucked when I realized it. I'm the same way. I have about 7 people that could maybe be considered friends, but not once has any of them tried to message or talk to me on their own accord. I'm always the one to start talking with them and they seem disinterested even then. How'd you make new friends? Asking for a friend. Oh, wait. This is the story of a lot of my adult relationships as well. I noticed that there were quite a few people that if I wasn't the one to initiate contact, they just wouldn't ever be the first to message or organize something, outside of the token happy birthday that Facebook reminded them of. A few people I thought were good friends just drifted away without ever bothering to reach out to me again. Oh, that's me. It's so frustrating. It's horrible when you realize it. It took me not texting first to see if they would. They didn't. When I turned on Facebook to see a photo of my entire friendship group holidaying at an exotic island without my having been asked. For the 2nd year in a row. I am a slow learner. My friend group will literally make travel, dinner, outing, etc. plans while I'm there around me. I am actively not included. I will occasionally get a sympathy invite to dinner. It's so much fun seeing their weekend trips pics and international travel albums knowing I will never be included. Oh buddy, I relate to this. Nothing hurt as much as talking about our summer vacation as friends just to see that whole group rented a place without you. Plans we talked about at my own house, but I guess I don't get the invite. Stop talking to them at that point and watch the months roll by. New Year's no invite. No Happy New Year's text. No birthday text. A year rolled by nothing. Ran into some of them at a bar a little before COVID quarantines, and one of them had the audacity to ask where I went and what happened. You all abandoned me. I still think about this every day, and I've gone on to make new friends thankfully, but man, it really hurts to just be left out of the group. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a complete ass, just maybe a little at times, who isn't in their early 20s. I can look at it objectively and be thankful that I am surrounding myself with friends that have goals who align with mine, but I can't help but miss those buttholes even though they made me feel this way. Sorry that happened, dude. Similar thing happened to me when I saw Facebook posts of everyone from my college groups at a wedding of 2 of them, that I knew nothing about. I don't mind being unpopular, but sometimes I worry it's because I am seen as a bad person or something. My guess is that by the mere fact you have the awareness to wonder if you're a bad person probably means you're not. The bad people I've met in life, many seem to lack the ability to self-reflect. Had a major accident and had to learn to walk again. Not one called, not one came to bring me clothes or visit in hospital. My boss, who had been a twat the entire year, called and even got his wife to go shopping for me and bring me clothes, as they had to cut mine off my body. Yeah, I stopped doing the free pub pickups and dropping in to cook dinner and clean their house over a cup of coffee after that. I'm even the godparent to 14 different families' kids over the last 16 years, and realized after the accident I kept getting named because they found out I set up trust funds for my godkids and deposit money every year for them to have when they turn 25. I've made all the funds even with over 5K and refuse to put more in now. I've moved home and country, so be interesting if they find me to hit me up for the funds in a few years' time. That's a big eye-opener. I understand you. I quit on some family members when they were texting my husband on Instagram like and tell Maria happy birthday from us. If they would text me directly, they would pay 10 euro cents for it. I was not worth 10 cent. Family. I had an epileptic seizure in front of them. They'd known about my condition for years and seen me have small ones from time to time, but this one was strong enough to knock me off my feet, and I'm not sure if I whacked my head or if the seizure rendered me unconscious, but I got knocked out either way and woke up a bit later to an EMT tending to me. Tried getting in touch with those friends a few times afterwards, but I haven't heard from them since, and I never even so much as got a message or a call to ask if I was okay. I get that it probably gave them a scare, but they're adults, and quite frankly, if after years of friendship and hanging out constantly I was that easy to just cut off communications with, then I can't have meant much to them. They cut you off after a seizure? That's exceptionally cold-hearted to me. I feel bad for reading exceptionally as epileptically. My husband has petit mal seizures, has had since childhood. I didn't know him at the time, but when he was about 15, had one in school for the first time in front of friends. They never spoke to him again, and others would avoid him as if it was catching. It devastated him. He dropped out for a while and returned a year later, made new friends but was always wary. We are in a small village. When our son started playing football, we would see these former friends with their kids at practice. They had the cheek to come up and smile, wave, and talk about how they hadn't seen him since school. It was great to see him, etc., wanting to be friends. My husband has looked every one of them in the eye and told them F off. I hope you will do the same if those pricks show up again. I only get to see the horrific nature of my husband's seizures and the aftermath, and it's terrifying. The normal thing to do is comfort the person who just went through hell. This probably isn't what you want to hear, but honestly, good riddance. If they don't even give you a call to see if you're okay after having a seizure, then they probably weren't good people to begin with. You're better off without them. Oh, I know. It's been 2 years now. It's just one of those deals where it still hurts, and I'm within striking distance of 30 now, in a relationship and aiming to have a kid and a proper career over the next 5 or 6 years, so I don't see myself ever having friends that I can hang out with regularly again. At best, it's going to be Facebook friends that I'll likely never meet in real life, and workmates that I can only interact with through the job. If I could have picked when this was going to happen, then I'd have preferred it to happen in my teens. I'd still have had the early 20s to build relationships through college and stuff before I was settling down. Nothing that can be done about it now though, so life goes on. Making new friends as an adult is so freaking difficult. It sucks. Having kids can somewhat help though. You run into the same mom/kid at the playground however many times and start chatting. Maybe get a play date planned. Stuff like that. They even have a mom-friend Tinder-like app called Peanut Lol. I tried it once but a lot of dead-end conversations. Then COVID. So, you know. What happened to you sucks, but don't be so sure you won't have regular friends again. This is especially true if you're looking to have a kid. My wife and I met several great friends after we became parents. Seriously, F them. I've given CPR to total strangers and your friends can't even hang with you until help arrives and follow up afterwards. They are pure trash. What the F is wrong with people? They didn't even stick around after you had a seizure? Not even one? F them. I stayed with a stranger when she had a seizure in front of a store. Her kid was standing alone. The store security called 911 while I tended the kid while keeping an eye on her. I worked with someone who had seizures. Sometimes they were so minor people didn't notice it happening. I worked several shifts with her and we talked about her seizures. She explained what happened, how she felt, what she remembered. And most importantly, what I needed to do if she had one in front of me. And when she did and I realized what was going on, my first reaction was to grab her to make sure she fell gently to the floor, and speaking to her the whole time so she knew I was there, since she said that she can hear people but can't respond. I don't understand how people can see someone going through that and run away. When I was at my lowest and no one was available for a call or to take a walk with me, even if they lived 5 minutes away and were actually available. So I spent a lot of nights on a parking beach in my car just watching at the sea, looking the stars and crying for hours. Edit. I didn't expect my comment to have this much attention. I want to say thank you to everyone. I read all of your lovely messages. For those who asking, I'm trying my best now, I'm feeling better. Thank you everyone really much, it means a lot to me, all that kindness. Please excuse my English, it's not my native language. I went through the exact same thing with my friends. I feel you, bro. I'm so sorry you had to go through this. I hope you're doing better now. Not a beach but an overlook on the parkway. I drive the hour or so up into the mountains, sit on my front bumper, look at the stars, and sit there until I'd smoked an entire pack of cigarettes. It started as self-pity but the loneliness actually started to bring me calm. This is really cheesy but now I find solace in the stars and long for celestial events like meteor showers and such. I also quit smoking but I do still vape. When I wanted to throw a birthday party but realized there was no one to invite, edit, I didn't realize how many other people have sucky birthdays too. Happy birthday to you all, and thanks for being born everyone. Worse is when you throw a birthday party for yourself, pay for your own cake, and no one shows up. I no longer celebrate my birthday. Sorry I'm late. Happy birthday, man. Same, at this point I just hate my birthday. I'd go to school and see my friends buy each other all these expensive gifts costing well over $100. I'd pretend to be happy for them but I'm just so sad inside. They don't even remember my birthday. They don't say happy birthday. I've never received a gift in my life and I just want to know that feeling of happiness they experience. Even just a small gift would be enough, honestly. When one of my friends was sleeping with my GF. Then when I found out, all the rest of my friends took his side because he was the weed hookup. Lost 5 friends and a girlfriend in one day. I'm so sorry, you deserve better. Hope things improve. They were not friends or a girlfriend. Damn, that's cold. The rest of my friends took his side because he was the weed hookup. Lessons people really need to learn. Your drug dealer is likely not your friend. You may like them, you may have fun hanging out with them, but you're their customer and they make money by pretending to like hanging out and smoking with you. If people only hang out with you to smoke weed or buy/smoke your weed, they're probably not really friends. Your second point is probably something dealers are well aware of. As you said on the first point, they just pretend to return the affection for money. When people ask me what I did during the weekend, I get so embarrassed about not having any friends that when work colleagues ask about my weekend, sometimes I lie and say I did things with friends. Now, if this isn't classic Reddit, I don't know what is. I do this too. It's so sad and I absolutely hate lying, but if I don't occasionally say I hang out with my friends, I feel like it will alienate me more from them and they won't want to be my friend. At least they're asking. At least they're asking. Thanks. You can be someone's two best friends. When I didn't call or text anyone first. Care to guess how long I went? Going on 10 years for me. One day I noticed I was always initiating things. So I stopped. Cricket sounds ever since. You've made new friends since though, right? Online ones only. But even then, more like people who share some of the same interests as I do. Same thing happened to me. People call me up when they need help building or fixing stuff, but never any other time. I invite people to do stuff occasionally, but they are always busy. I went for almost the entirety of summer quarantine without anyone trying to talk to me. Hi, raising one hand, mail sign, just ruined your count, hungry face. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.